And hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're in Anchorage, Alaska, and we're going to be taking a quick little flight down to Soldotna. And it's maybe 15 minutes at the most. And the reason we're doing such a short flight and with no live weather is because the servers today, Microsoft servers, have been acting up very, very badly, and they've been causing all kinds of grief to all kinds of people, not just today, but also yesterday evening as well. And that's why we're doing it in the fashion that we're doing the video, just trying to get something up there for you and show you what the C90GTx is all about. And hopefully you'll like it. I do a quick little walk around, but who knows? This thing is the connectivity with the Microsoft servers is so tricky. We just don't want to do it. And already did a brief walk around on the previous flight when it crashed on me. So hopefully this time it doesn't crash. All right, let's get right into it. Let's turn on the battery and get the generators into on mode so that they're ready to take the load once the engines are up and running. And avionics. And while that aligns, let's check the atmosphere panel. Everybody lights up good. Good. As soon as everything is done aligning.
Pause system test. Okay.
As well. As soon as that is lined up, or I should say aligned, we will begin the program for, excuse me.
Pause system test. Okay.
Okay, usually when it does it twice, that's not a good sign. It's only supposed to do it once. The last time it did it twice, it ended up crashing on me. All right, we're gonna move this, the smoking, no smoking, and seatbelt sign to the on position, and we gotta access the flight computer. And okay, all right, initialize position. Okay, with the Collins Fusion Pro, the Collins Fusion Avionics Suite. Fairly straightforward, not as straightforward as Garmin G5000 or the Honeywell that is on like 737, 747, 777, 787, but we'll get there. All right, origin very straightforward, and anchors so PANC, and the destination is Soldotna. A family member of mine used to live up there, so I know it a little bit. I got a PAS X-ray. So I'll try to be like a little tour guide on the way down, pointing out a couple of mountains to you as we fly over Cook Inlet on our way down to the Kenai Peninsula. Alright, cruise altitude. According to a real flight that actually happened today via FlightAware, there was a flight that actually did go from Anchorage down to Soldotna, okay, in a King Air, not a C90, but in a King Air B200, and they cruised 4,000 feet. So we're going to cruise at 4,000 feet. And now I gotta execute that. That goes into the deal. Performance and installation. We did that already. Departure arrival. We're gonna be departing out of runway 25, right? If the mouse will cooperate with me. Here we go. 25, right? And we're gonna execute that. And then it should ask us to do a departure arrival index, which it does. Which it does. Does or did. And we're going to shoot the RNAV 07. And we're going to utilize I looked at those charts already, the ACUIE transition, because coming out of the north, that just works out very well, and it works us around the Kenai airport. So it gets us around any traffic going in and out of Kenai. Kenai airport is busier than Soldotna. Do five right, and we got discontinuity. We're gonna need to go to ACUIE. Execute that. Good. And we're basically done with the flight plan. Should be in here, and it is. Don't know why 25 right has us going. Huh. Alright, well, we'll figure it out once we get up into the air. And we're gonna set the altimeter on the autopilot to 4,000 feet. Good. And good. Alright, let's move and if you're wondering why am I not fiddling with the temperature and all that, well, that's because none of that works. The blowers don't even work. The bleeder valves, they do work. But all of these switches here, with the exception of, not even the ground communications button works. The only thing that works is the emergency frequency button and the prop sync. Nothing else works on this panel here. Nothing. We're going to move the condition levers to low idle. There we go. And it does say traffic is off. We don't want that. We do want it to be on. And the one thing I don't like about the way that they've designed this particular avionics suite is that with TCAS, it does not give you TARA, which is traffic traffic alert, and RA stands for, oh darn, what is this? RA? Resolution alert, meaning it tells you, to descend or ascend. Climb or descend to avoid the conflict. So, auxiliary tank, they'll go to auto, and our boost pumps go to on. You can see the needles come alive with that. So that tells us that we've got positive fuel pressure. Yeah, we're going to set our backup battery, standby battery, to arm. And your engine auto ignitions go to auto. We're going to arm the auto feather, and we're going to go ahead and start engine number 2, or the right engine, sorry. I'm so used to giving engines a number. That's what I give her flying 747s as much as I usually do. And we'll be showing you one of those here shortly. once we begin flying, when I'll do a heavy aircraft series for the channel. Alright, watching the ITT for a on start and the torque, the NG for a hung start. Looks like a good light off, looks like a good start. To make sure all the annunciators work good. I don't know why that one is flashing. Yeah, we know it, we know. Alright, engine is running well. The propeller is simply getting into idle. Turn on the pitot heats. That should come off the annunciator. Good. Alright. And now engine. Disregard that. And now the left engine. Keep an eye on the MFD, and we can watch the prop in our left peripheral vision. Here comes torque. Here's a light off. There goes the prop. Watching the ITT for a on start, the NG for a on start. And the excuse me. Sorry about that. Dry throat. All right. For some reason, the prop is not. Oh, there we go. For some reason, it wasn't getting up to the proper RPM. Now it is. All right. Everything down here is good. Taxi lights are coming on. We're so close to the runway. This parking spot is very, very close. That all goes on. Auto feather set. We're going to set the flaps for takeoff. So down to 60 degrees they go. And flight director goes on. Roll pitch, not necessarily. Alright. And parking brake is off. And like most airplanes in 2024, they just begin to roll. And we're not that light, trust me. So you gotta keep an eye out for that. Alright. Yeah, why the Collins Avionics here put a loop for 25 right going the opposite direction, I have no idea. That does not look right whatsoever. But I'm trying to think. I think this is the third time that I've operated this airplane in 2024, and it's got all the power you can imagine. It's got those PT6 engines out there, and again, the cabin, as you can see, is not that big. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move those engine condition levers to high. So if you keep your eyes on the top of the MFD there in the middle, you'll see torque rise, ITT will come up. And now the props are ready for duty. And in Anchorage, these runways are on a bit of a hill. It does go up and down. Runway 33 is a real fun one if you're flying a 7.4. But let's line her up here. brakes and do one last scan. We got everything right where we need to be. Yes, we do. Okay, center heading for the runway heading on the autopilot. Okay, brakes off and gradually put in the power. I would really like to be showing you the live weather, but again, I just don't want to take, like I said before, I just don't want to take a chance with the Microsoft servers acting so unusual of the last 24 hours. They've just been acting very strange. All right, V1 is right at 120. It doesn't want to. You gotta really give it a lot of trim, even though I already have one full trim set to one. You gotta really give it up. All right, pause the rate gear up. As you can see, it's a pretty stable aircraft. It's not squirrely like a lot of people think. Okay, now when I bring the flaps up, that nose is gonna drop big time. So we're gonna bring the nose up a little more. Put the yaw damper on, number one. Get flaps up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep, wow, that drops like you got a king salmon on the end of the nose. My goodness, that drops and drops fast. Alright, let's fly for a while. There's no reason to let the autopilot have all the fun. Once we intercept the flight plan, then we'll go ahead and turn on the autopilot. Alright. 45 degree bank angle. Don't want to go beyond that. And we'll bring it back to the straight and level. Well, definitely not straight and level because we do want to go to 4,000 feet. And as you can see, the engines, I don't even have the engines all the way forward. I I only have them set to maybe 70%. It's just, with no passengers, it is just a rocket ship. It really is. And looking good. Looking very good. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm not utilizing live weather. You'll get a much better view of the mountains as we get closer to the Kenai Peninsula, because we'll be looking across Cook Inlet. This is the northernmost part of Cook Inlet. I don't want to sound like a travel guide, but hey, I've been there, so why not? Been up there more than once, and I'll be going back sooner than later, hopefully. Phenomenal fishing up there. Alright, here comes our path. Let's turn on nav. And let's turn on the autopilot. There we go. And we want to fly at let's see, let's do a vertical speed climb here. We can do, I think we can do, let's do 1,800 feet a minute. And we're going to really put in the engines here. So here we go. There we go. We don't want to go beyond the red limit on the ITT. We'll bring them back a little bit. That'll work out right. Yeah, right there. That should do it. And leveling off at 4,000 feet. Very, very good. Looking good. And we are on track, and we'll be at our arrival fix in no time. Only 46 nautical miles to go. All right, let's see where the speed settles on this. Let's zoom in a little more so I can get the engines right where I want them. I mean, it doesn't simulate the prop synchronization really. That's one of the things that, oh boy, the parking brake comes on. That feature really needs to be fixed. And what I mean by that is whenever you raise or lower the gear, the parking brake always comes on. Why? Well, that's just a setting that needs to be done away with. Prop sync. I mean, I'll turn it on just to say, okay, well, there we go. I'll keep it synced. The props, they're synced already. They don't. It does not simulate a issue where the props need this, but we'll pretend that it does and leave it at that. Is it near the ITT point? Yeah, kinda is. All right, we're gonna bring them back a little bit. Just a little bit. Not that much. Okay, a little bit more. Coming back a little bit. Boy, that is awful touchy. I'm barely touching it, and it moves. It moves that much. Okay, here, just a little bit. Tiny bit. There we go. All right, let's look outside. All right, let's look outside. All right, now out there in the distance is a sleeping volcano. Well, sleeping for now. It doesn't always sleep. Mount Redoubt and Mount Iliamna out there on the other side of the Cook Inlet. And see if we're high enough if we can see the beautiful Alaska country that it is. Looking for, like what I did flying out of Soldotna in a Piper Saratoga, looking for a moose. And why did it jump around like that? Very sorry, I don't know why it does that. Looking for a moose or bear, and when you do, you just pull the yoke left or right, and you can circle around them when you fly nice and slow. Of course, we're obviously not flying that slow, but yeah, there we are. This is welcome to the Kenai Peninsula. Turning an arm, where I caught my very first salmon of my life, is back there, where you can see the water going into like an inlet out there to our 7 o'clock. The most unpredictable tides in the world, so I was simply right place at the right time. Massive salmon. Caught that salmon on a golden spoon. Very, very effective way to catch them. And what happened? Well, there was a lady, a tourist, with her husband. She was fishing on the other on the opposite side of a creek that runs into Cook Inlet into Turning an Arm, and she casts her lure directly over my fishing line. Yeah, I was very thrilled. And that was while I was fighting a Chinook salmon, also known as a king salmon. And she began to reel, even though I told her not to do anything. She began to reel. Her hook caught my line, snapped it, and voila, I lost the fish. But anyway, I got plenty of salmon to make up for the first one there. So, yeah, there it is. Look at that. Beautiful sight. Very, very beautiful sight. Alright. Make sure everything is running well. As you can see, nobody is back here. We can open up the doors here. Oh, there we go. Coffee, anyone? No? Does it work? No, the coffee maker does not have a button that works. Well, that stinks. I guess they can pull out their table. Even though there's nobody back there. Let's see. Oh, there's a window shade back there. Really? Oh, there you go. They can pull the window shades if they want. Interesting. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. I don't know why the camera does that. That is very, very annoying. Let's expand our range. This is the range dial. Here we go. Okay. I'll go ahead and show you the different modes that exist. With regard to this, we have terrain. As you can see, it says select terrain, weather overlay. So obviously, this is just your basic GPS look down of where the water is versus where there is terrain. There's the terrain only, and we can test that. Is that accurate? Well, let's expand it a little bit. Is there a mountain and or terrain that is higher than us over there to our 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? There most certainly is. So it's working good. Alright. And then the next setting is just the weather. And obviously it's clear. So we'll go back to that style. And then you can change the format. Obviously you can go from that format to that, to that, to that. And obviously this is the most logical, especially when you're flying around Alaska. Now, if you do not know where you're going, if you're going somewhere that you've never been before in Alaska, you definitely want to utilize this feature, the terrain feature. It's supposed to go to terrain. And it isn't doing that. There we go. You definitely want to use this feature. It comes in very, very handy. When I was up there in the 90s, there were 2 fatal crashes a year. Yeah, always utilize in the simulator here. If you don't know if you do not know where you are going in Alaska, with regard to where you are, I should say, relative to your location, always utilize this feature. It'll keep you out of a lot of trouble. I'll just utilize this feature. Now we could go through the rigmarole of changing on the MFD, going through our various checklists, but with so many buttons and switches that don't work in the flight deck, um, I I really just don't see the point. Um, the way that I fly is simply by utilizing just the the basic flow of any other pilot: electrical, fuel, navigation, air, um, and then obviously monitoring engines. And I would be monitoring pressurization, but it just doesn't do the best job. I think that's why I believe it's on their list of things to fix, because we are at 4,000 feet ASL, and according to the MFD, the cabin altitude is 100 feet above the outside altitude. So the cabin altitude is is 100 feet above where we are, which makes no sense. It's not supposed to work that way. It's supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be lower than you. And secondly, if it was, obviously the differential pressure would not be zero point 0.0 psi. It would be something higher than that. So that's another reason why I do not focus on the pressurization in this airplane. The one time that I did fly it from A to B, um, it was for one of the missions in the career mode, and I believe it had me go all the way up to 35,000, which is number one unrealistic because the C90 doesn't go to 35,000. Only the King Air 350 goes that high. And the pressurization was yelling at me the entire time, and it wasn't pressurizing the airplane. And then, of course, I got blamed for the mistake, and yeah. But that was before update 1, so hopefully they fixed the pressurization issue. Hopefully they will fix the pressurization issue at some time, because obviously they did not. So let's look out the window here. Look at that. Look at that view. Very nice. Very nice. And there's the Kenai Airport, right there at the mouth of that's the Kenai River, by the way. And that's the Kenai River. And the nice thing about this approach going into Soldotna this way, even though it looks like we're taking the long route, and in a way we are, the Kenai Airport actually has quite a bit of traffic, not just coming in from Anchorage, but coming in from they have flights. I'm trying to remember, coming in from Homer, Kodiak Island, smaller amphibious planes, single engines coming in from where I went, halibut fishing. What's the name of that town? Halibut Cove and Seldovia. And you can see the town of Kenai there on the shoreline of Cook Inlet. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful land. If you've never been, I highly, highly recommend it. Let's make sure our generators are kicking out at the proper amount of volts. They are. And let's see if that feature works. The ice protection on the prop. Yeah, the amps do go up there. Look at that. 20 amps on on the prop when I turn on the prop heat. Alright, well, that's good to know. At least that thing does work. Here comes a turn, and we need to be at, what's our altitude? We need to be at 1,800. Alright. 2,600. Oh, it's already set. That's nice. Two 2006. And we'll go ahead and bring this down a little bit. And we'll begin to descend here in just a moment. We'll utilize the vertical speed. I'm not going to utilize the VNAV. It just simply won't. Well, you know what? What the heck? Let's go ahead and just see what happens. Let's see what it does here. If it doesn't do what I like, then I'll simply cancel it. Or if I see something that I go, I'm just not there. I just know it's gonna undershoot. I should say it will make the airplane overshoot the target. Then we won't. I'm gonna bring the power back. There we go. I didn't pull. If you keep your eyes on your indicated airspeed, that's what you need to be keeping your focus on. Yeah, I guess it's doing a pretty good job. All right, what's the next? Fix? 1,080. All right, we'll go ahead and just set it to 1,000 even. There we go. We're going to be looking right down the middle of that runway before you know it. So slowing down is a good thing, is a good idea. Okay, let's look. Okay. And of course, looks like the old-fashioned dial on the for the cabin pressure. It's on its way down a bit. Okay. But according to Colin Proline, it's 3,200 feet, and we're at 2,600. All right, that doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, the pressurization system obviously is not working. It was my uncle that had some cabins up in a town called Kasilov, Alaska. So Kasilov technically does have a strip, but it's a very small, very, very small gravel strip. So if you want to fly into an airport, Kenai Airport has scheduled air service, and can we still see Kenai Airport? Look at that, we're looking right down. You can't see the runway because for some odd reason the sim isn't rendering the graphics properly, but there is a runway there. If you can see it, it's right to our 10 o'clock, more like 9:30. You can see it right there. But anyway, alright, I've got the airfield inside already. It's just a matter of slowing down a little bit more. That's just the old-fashioned gear horn. So we're gonna put flaps 1. Oh, it's not flaps 1. Technically, it's flaps approach. Why the airplane is acting like there's turbulence, I don't know. That's interesting. Because I have all weather turned off, so I don't know why it's acting like it's gusty out there. And we're gonna set our go around heading, and we're gonna set the go around altitude to 3,000 feet. Okay, 5 miles to go. And let's go for landing gear down. Make sure the parking brake doesn't come on. And it doesn't. It's amazing. The parking brake doesn't come on when you're looking at it while the gear is in transition. That's the funny part. I don't know why that is, but whatever. Alright, full flaps. There's a town of, well, technically, the town of Soldotna is to our 11 o'clock, but I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the autopilot and the auto. Let's call it the auto driver, because the driving airplanes how we talk around here. The driver is coming off along with the yaw damper, so all comes off, and now it's our airplane.
$500.
Check.
500.
And our decision height is going to be 300 on this one.
400. 300.
Landing. Don't know why it's acting like there's a little bit of wind out there.
200.
That is unusual. There should not be any.
100.
'Alright, ride that ground effect. Reverse. And there we go. Welcome to Soldotna, Alaska on the Kenai Peninsula. Get the flaps up. It does not want to stop at all. That's bizarre. I don't know what's up with the brakes, but that did not want to stop. I have my feet on the ground with those brakes. Alright, we're gonna move our, let's move the condition levers real quick to low idle. That'll bring the idling thrust back significantly. There we go. Alright, where should we park? Let's park. Oh, my uncle had a office at the Soldotna airport. That was one of his little companies. And I see it already. It's practically right where it would have been in real life. So let's taxi on down. It was connected to a hangar. Not saying that it's exactly. It's not. I'm not saying this is exactly what it looked like at all, but it's a. Boy, you can see Mount Iliamna in the distance. If you look way out in the distance, you can see Mount Iliamna. Beautiful. A lot of airplanes, and the quality of the graphics, as you can see, not good. Wonder why. Huh. Anyway, maybe it has something to do with the poor servers that Microsoft has for this sim. Don't know. Okay, I don't know what that guy's gonna do. We're gonna go this way. He's gonna hit the wing, but welcome to Flight Sim 2024. That's all I gotta say. Now, how somebody's gonna park? I have no idea where to park. His office was right over there at our 2 o'clock. There's no way to get there. Let's go outside view. Let's see here. I think our only option is to go let's see here. Yeah, we gotta go past. Alright. What those statue lights are doing outside of their boundary area, I have no idea. Yeah, the airplane wants to taxi very, very, very fast. Where that vehicle came from, I have no idea. Oh wow, what is this? Is this supposed to be their version of Oshkosh? What is that what is that very large pallet loader doing here? I don't think they have wide bodies coming in here with cargo. I know that for a fact because, well, I used to go there. Alright, where to park? Yeah, and are there this many aircraft in Soldotna Airport? No, not even half this many. It's a very, very quiet place. Alright, we're gonna go in between these airplanes here and circle around. That's the only way to get to a parking spot because they're just out here at anyone's, huh, weird, very strange. Alright, we're just gonna park it right over, well, I mean, technically, don't know why there would be a bar in there. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's park right here. Set the brakes, parking brakes on. Alright, let's just go through the, like all the common sense shutdown checklist. Strobes and landing lights off. Taxi lights off. Nav beacon, we'll get those last because that has to be on as long as the aircraft is operating. Alright, Pitot E, they can come off. Yeah, I know it doesn't like that. Ignition, all ignitions, they come. I thought the left one was off already. transfer off, off, and the pumps off. Let's go ahead and turn off the fuel cutoff with the condition levers to fuel cutoff here. There we go, and should have we should have a nice engine shutdown there. Props coming to a stop. All right. And why all the avionics went out, I don't know. All right, because the avionics is still turned on. Anyway, okay, beacon light come off. The passengers smoke. The non-smoke, no smoking seatbelt sign comes off. Bleed air off. Navigation light is off. Auto feather is off. Let's see, everything else is already in that position that they're already in. Off, 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 off. Yep. Fuel's off. Standby batteries off. Generators, master avionics is off. And everything else is off. Battery to go. So I'll just throw the, technically this is called a gang bar. They call it a throw bar. Everything goes off. And there you have it. So let's get out of the airplane. Let's see here. Oh, nice interior. Very nice interior. Black leather. Can't go wrong with black leather. And let's get out of the airplane. There we go. There we go. So, everybody, welcome to Soldotna, Alaska. See if we can still see the mountain from here. Technically a volcano. No, that's all right. Well, there we have it. That is how you do it in the C90GTx. And fun plane fly by hand. Next time we'll take it for another spin, fly over, look at the cabin because it does exist. The Microsoft versions of Google Earth, they do replicate it, so it does exist. So we'll take a smaller plane, tail dragger, and we'll begin to do some bush flying around the peninsula here, the Kenai Peninsula, that is, in Alaska. And I hope you got something out of the video. Hope you like the C90GTx. Hope you learned something on how to operate it if you didn't know how to operate it before. And have a great rest of your weekend. And as always, if you have any questions, drop those in the comment section below. Hit the subscribe button so we can get more content out to you that is more relevant to you. So also feel free to put that kind of information in the comment section as well. Talk to all of you soon, and fly safe.